Hey everyone, James here again, and today we need to say goodbye to our old friend, the ringback tone. Don't know what it is? Don't worry, I have an ad for you.
Now when people call you,
hello,
instead of a ring,
oh, I was getting into that.
They'll hear a song.
That was awesome.
Ringback Tones from Verizon Wireless let you customize for specific callers. Pick anything from Hot Heat to Simply Red. Log on now.
Now, if you were a teenager in the early 2000s, then you no doubt remember ringback tones. The invention of them seemed like something that would never leave us. All of a sudden, you could stop hearing that boring old ringtone that you always heard when you called somebody's house throughout all of time up to that point, and instead, you could have 10 to 30 seconds of your favorite song playing for anyone that calls you. And it made for some pretty hilarious moments. I remember calling some of my friends and hearing their favorite song and being a little offended based on some of the lyrical content, but having a good time knowing that they were really into that new Kanye West song, or really into that new Ja Rule song, or really into that new Metallica song that kind of sounded like crap given the quality of the recording, but was still cool to hear rather than the classic ringtone. But as they say, all good things must come to an end. And in 2008, the end of ringback tones began. That's when sales started to decline, and by 2011, AT&T did away with the service altogether. Sprint followed suit a few years after that, but the biggest blow to ringback tones happened this week, at the end of August 2020, when Verizon announced that in 2 months, at the end of October, the company will also do away with ringbacks. Now this is huge news because Verizon is actually the mobile carrier that brought ringback tones to the masses. Similar technology was available before that, but Verizon was the first corporation to make it widely available and cost-effective for consumers to have ringback tones on their phone. This was a huge deal for the music industry at the time, because ringtones were already generating over $1 billion a year, and ringback tones only added millions and millions of dollars more to that giant pile of money that was essentially just selling clips of songs that you never really owned. They just existed on your phone and then you would stop using them. It was a great way for the music industry to make money, and tons of pop and R&B artists made a ton of money selling ringback tones. But our culture has changed. I mean, when's the last time that you worried about your ringtone? When's the last time you even had your ringtone on? I know for me, my phone's probably been on silent or on vibrate for at least 5 years, and most of my friends would probably tell you the same thing. We don't turn to the phone when we want to talk to our friends anymore. We turn to social media, we text them, we use WhatsApp, we use Kik, we use Snapchat, we use Facebook Messenger, Instagram DMs, whatever. We don't call people unless it's an emergency. And when you're calling somebody because of an emergency, you don't really want to hear WAP when you're about to tell somebody that your grandma has died. It's just...
Now from the top, make it drop, that's some wet, that's some wet. Now get a bucket and a mop, that's some wet, that's some wet. I'm talking wop, 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 that's some wet, that's...
It just doesn't work in the culture anymore. We've moved past it, and that's what happens with technology, but it's still sad to see it go. So I want to say farewell, ringback tones. We hardly knew you, we spent a lot of money on you, and we have nothing to show for it. But for a moment, you really mattered. So much so that you even became a gag in an episode of The Cleveland Show. Check it out.
Paul, Peter, mobile, hands-free, safer.
Please enjoy the music while your party is reached. We're sorry.
Dick poop.
Is not available.
But if you want more news about the music business, because trends are changing all the time, what's popular today will be gone tomorrow, and what's leading sales today will very well be done away with entirely in 15 to 16 years. Whatever you want to learn about the music business, you can do so right here on the Music Biz channel. So go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. And if you've already done that, well then you have my sincerest thanks. I cannot believe that you want to be a part of this community, but I'm so grateful that you choose to be, and I'll leave you with this. Take care of yourself, because you deserve it.